What's going on, guys? Failed to listen. Welcome back to more Failed Thoughts. And in this video, I thought we would talk about something that I'm sure is on the mind of many gamers all over YouTube, NeoGAF, toxic sites like N4G. I know a lot of you like to get your news there. Toxic sites like DualShockers, things like that. I'm sure that this is pretty much everywhere by now, and it is trending on Twitter. So, why are gamers upset that PlayStation Plus, Sony is increasing the price of PlayStation Plus? And I think probably one of the biggest reasons, probably the biggest one that I can think of, and you've seen people, they've been complaining about it for months, that the current offerings in terms of like the games that you get at no extra cost, I don't like calling them free games because if you're paying for the service, they're not really free games. So we'll just say games at no extra cost that's included in the current price have been pretty garbage in comparison to what people got with the PlayStation 3. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I remember it is that when PlayStation Plus was giving away free games at the start on PlayStation 3, some of that stuff was okay, but it really didn't start getting super good until like the last year or two. I'm not saying that the PlayStation 3 is completely over, because some people still play it and buy games for it, but up until the PlayStation 4 release, right, say from like mid 2012, early 2013, up until the PlayStation 4 released, that's when it got really good. I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong. So with that being said, I don't know. See, I don't, I haven't turned my PlayStation 4 on in such a long time, and my subscription to PlayStation Plus ran out earlier this month or at the end of last month, something like that. So it's not, for me, this isn't like a huge deal. And if I were to renew my PlayStation Plus subscription at some point, and I'm sure many of you already do this, or you're definitely going to do this now with the price increase, is like I would get them on eBay or something on a deal anywhere from like 20 to like 32, 33 bucks or something for like an entire year. The one that I did have was given to me by a really good friend. So like he hooked me up with PlayStation Plus last year. He had an extra code just kind of like lying around for an entire year. So he hooked me up with that. When I got my PlayStation 4 in, what was that, May or June of last year or something. So something like that, right? But since I don't really get on much, I don't know when I'll be renewing my PlayStation Plus subscription. But I get it. I really do get it. But this goes back to what I was talking about, and people would like call me an elitist and, say I'm just some PC fanboy or whatever. Like, what are you really paying for with PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live? I mean, what is probably the biggest thing that people have on their mind when it comes to like being behind the paywall and pissing you off? Actually playing games online with your friends. Obviously, that's something that I know it's evil, but maybe Sony and Microsoft see it as a necessary evil. Tying the online multiplayer portion of those services behind the paywall is just really bad news, and of course it's going to piss the consumer off, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's that. I think if people could talk to their friends in the chat, right, which you could do on the Vita. I did have one day one for about a month, maybe actually less than that. You could do that free on the PlayStation, and I think you can still do that on PlayStation 4. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you can still talk to your friends without PlayStation Plus, but I think it was like that for the first year or so. And then playing online. I think if you made playing online and talking to your friends free on Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus, they would lose millions of subscribers. I mean, obviously you're going to have the diehards and, those that are loyal to these companies for whatever reason. They're going to continue to subscribe or whatever, or just not care. But I think Sony has to give a little bit just something extra, like a little extra incentive with this, because it comes off as greedy. It comes off as, maybe it's back to arrogant Sony, you know what I mean? Or you could look at it like, are they making us make up the cost for whatever the Neo costs them and AMD, you know what I mean? The research and development and the cost of parts. things like that. I mean, there's a number of different theories out there that people have, but I'm going to roll with that. That's what I put on Twitter. That's what I'm sticking with here in this video. I don't really know. I'm just guessing. Everyone's just playing the guessing game at this point. But really, it kind of just comes down to forget all the theories and ideas that you may have as to what they really did this for. And, oh, Sony's an evil company. And really, it's just about maybe because they feel like they can, right? They kind of have you by the balls at this point. Multiplayer online is tied behind the paywall. They know that you're going to pay, you know, that kind of thing. So I would say, you know, and I'm sure diehard Sony guys that aren't like complete maniacs, right? RXL is more of a console guy than he is a PC guy, even though he does have a capable PC now. I guarantee he would tell you to just find deals for these PlayStation Plus cards or subscriptions, however you want to do it, and pay for it like that. Like, don't directly give Sony $50 or $60 for PlayStation Plus. So that's my take, and I feel like that's why people are upset. You know, they're not really getting a lot of extra incentive there. Some of the games at no extra cost haven't really been very good. And, you know, it takes its toll on people. After a while, you're kind of like, is this going to improve? Are we going to get some better games? Is Sony going to add a lot more to the service that makes it worthwhile? I mean, I don't even really play online competitively anymore. So I guess not having PlayStation Plus for me isn't like a huge deal. I'm trying to think of a game that would be coming out on PlayStation in the next 6 months to 2 years that I would want to play with some of my old PlayStation guys that I really like a lot and do miss to some extent. Had some great conversations with some of those guys. Like, my PlayStation group is not toxic. The guys that I used to play with and the guys that I used to talk with, a lot of those guys, they own multiple platforms. A couple of them even have a capable PC. But they're diehard Sony guys. They're just not complete maniac fanboys that, you know, feel like Sony would, you know, give them a child or something. I don't really know. So I'm just rambling at this point. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know why you think this is happening. Are you pissed off? I'm sure some of you are pissed off. Leave your comments down below. Thank you guys. Peace.